Hi, I'm Jon Merriman. This is my living room, and welcome to your Tuesday morning guitar song. This is something brand new for me. I've never done this before. It all started when I realized I had a bunch of guitar arrangements backing up. I had lots of songs I wanted to put on video, but I was only releasing one video every 6 months. So I had an idea. I thought I would do a weekly show and do a guitar song every week. Plus, I would put together some commentary with the artist I was doing, some background and stuff, and put it out there every Tuesday morning and call it your Tuesday morning guitar song. And I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you get involved and I hope you make requests. And I hope somebody watches this show, but I know you are, and I really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on it. So, let's get started. This week, for my first week, I thought I would do the founders of Blue-Eyed Soul. And of course, none other than the Righteous Brothers. And they were not real brothers like the Bee Gees. They were not related. But their sound was so righteous together that I'm sure that's how they got their name. It was Bill Medley and Bobby Hatfield. And these two guys were singing in 1962. They were singing in a band called the Paramours, and it was a vocal band. And they probably looked at each other and said, what do we need these other guys for? We've got it all. And they did have it all. So they left the Paramours in late 1962 and formed the Righteous Brothers. And Bill had this very beautiful lower voice in the baritone bass range. And Bobby had this very high voice, and he was called a contratenor. And that's above tenor, kind of in the alto range of a female voice. So it was a very wide, a lot of territory they were covering vocally in their range. And with that came this huge emotional territory also. And man, it just was incredible. And the sounds that they produced, this low voice and this high voice, it was just a wonderful, emotional, righteous, Blue-Eyed Soul experience. So, as I said, it started in '62, and they were very fortunate that they ran into many people to help them along the way. They had the best songwriters of the day, and their real secret weapon was a guy named Phil Spector. And Phil was a very famous producer back then. He's still famous for many other reasons, which many of you probably know. But back then, Phil had this thing called the wall of sound production method, where he made things sound like just this wall of sound. So you take that wall of sound, and you take Bobby and Bill's incredible range with the best songwriters of the day and put it together, and it was solid gold, I tell you. It was immortal, often imitated, but never duplicated to this day. So Bobby unfortunately died in 2003, and Bill still performs today as a solo artist, and sometimes he'll take a partner with him and they'll perform actually under the Righteous Brothers name every now and then. So I have this other feature. I'm going to do this other feature every week, and it's called Your Tuesday Morning Fun Fact. I do those little videos, so I really enjoy them. Anyway, I thought every week I would do a fact that is very little known about the artist. Kind of a fun fact where if you're having a talk with somebody, a music talk, you can sound real smart and pull out this fun fact. So here's the fun fact for this week about the Righteous Brothers. In 1964, the Beatles, you've all heard of them, were doing their first U.S. tour. And the Righteous Brothers were still a new, pretty much unknown duo, and they were chosen to be one of the opening acts for the first Beatle tour. I mean, boom, baby. I mean, is that like the best thing to ever happen to somebody? Wrong. It was a total disaster for them. they ended up quitting halfway through the tour, frustrated, because every time they got on stage, all the young people, mostly girls, probably some boys, would chant, "We want the Beatles, we want the Beatles." And they were almost shouted off the stage every time they performed at these Beatles shows. And they couldn't hear themselves anyway. They figured can't be good for our career. It was a total disaster, and they quit the tour. And it so happens that it was probably for the best, because there's this show called Shindig, which was a national music show, and it was just starting up, and it booked them very regularly after this. And that's really what made them famous nationally here, was the Shindig TV show. So there's your Tuesday morning fun fact. Okay, let me strap on my guitar, and I'm going to play a song for you. And this is their #1 hit, the first hit they ever had in 1964. Okay, so stay with me. Thanks. Thank you so much for taking part in Volume 1 of your Tuesday morning guitar song. I really appreciate it. It was great to spend time with you, and I had a great time. Hope you did too. I have a brand new Facebook page and a brand new YouTube channel just for this show. So, if the Spirit moves you, please hit the like button and share it with people you think might like guitar music. I'd really appreciate it, and it would kind of get the show out there. And as a special bonus, if you want me to send it to your inbox every Tuesday morning, I will do that. Just go to jonmerriman.com, JONMERRIMAN.com. And right on the front page there's a big subscribe to this show link. Just fill in your email address and your name, and I will send the show to you every Tuesday morning so you don't have to go out and find it somewhere. So thanks again. I appreciate it. Hope to see you next week. And remember, you're never ready for your day unless you have a song in your heart. Thanks again. Bye.